The first category we're going to discuss is gold. And although most of you don't have bars of gold at home, it's important to know because gold and silver are used to calculate the threshold for fiat or paper currencies like the dollar. So the threshold for gold is 85 grams. If you possess 85 grams or more of gold for a full lunar calendar year, then you are going to pay 2.5% of that value in gold. The second category is silver, and the threshold for which is 595 grams of silver. If you possess 595 grams or more of silver for a full lunar calendar year, then you are going to pay 2.5% of the value of that silver in zakat. The third category for which zakat is paid on is modern fiat currencies, as they've taken the place of these precious metals as currency between the people. In order to calculate the threshold for currency, you would base it on its value compared to gold or silver. So for example, the threshold for dollars today, based on the value of 85 grams of gold, which as of the date of this recording is $7,170. So in order to be required to pay zakat, you would need to have $7,170 and hold that amount of wealth for a full lunar calendar year. The amount owed on $7,170 would be $179.25. Zakat is owed so long as you possess the threshold amount for a full lunar calendar year, and you would pay zakat on the entire amount that you possessed, not just the threshold amount. So if you had $10,000, for example, you would owe $250. If you had $100,000, you would owe $2,500. You can also calculate it off of silver, which as of today, 595 grams of silver would be worth $603.54. And the amount owed on that amount would be $15.09. Now, obviously, there's a big discrepancy between the two amounts, and that's because during the time of the Prophet, peace be upon him, the threshold for gold and silver were used because they had the same value in relation to the currency at the time. Over time, the differences in the value of these two thresholds became quite large, and because of this, there are disagreements about whether to use the value of gold or silver with regard to the threshold for paper currency. I do not want to drag this video out or make it any more confusing. But understand that there are valid arguments on both sides for using the threshold for gold over silver, as well as using silver over gold. And to some extent, it's going to come down to perspective. So don't be surprised if someone holds one opinion over the other.